What's up, my guys? It's Andrew from Apex Cards. I hope everyone is doing well. It's been a while since I made a video, but I wanted to show you guys some interesting things that I'm doing. This is Goldin, right? Goldin Auctions. I'm sure you've seen it before. Well, I sent an order to PSA and kind of got interested in Goldin Auctions because you can send your PSA order directly to the Goldin Vault. And I heard Sports Card Radio and some other people talking about the Goldin Vault and just buying on Goldin in general. And this is actually potentially a pretty good marketplace. Let's go to I'm going to go to my vault here. So I kind of have been tinkering around with Goldin a bit and sending some. Oh man, look. I just sent this package to. I did not have that planned. Okay, that's very interesting. I was going to mention it, but I did not know that these cards had arrived yet. So this is my Goldin Vault here. I did this Pokemon order. I purely graded these cards just to resell. There's this guy on YouTube called TCA Gaming, this Charizard Authority. I believe his name is Rusty, and he was sending an order to PSA. He's just grading at scale, right? He's sending hundreds of promos in at the same time. He's a very big Pokemon dealer, buyer and seller. He was sending all of these Sword and Shield Black Star promos, this Lance's Charizard, and he was also sending these Dark Sylveon V in as well. And so I was just watching that video and I was like, huh, these cards are super cheap. I think they were around $2 a piece. And I just went on to TCG Player and bought, I don't know, 15 or 20 of each and took the best ones and sent them off to PSA. I didn't do as well as I thought I was going to do. I did really well, much better with the Lance's Charizard. Got a number of PSA 10s, as you'll see here, many of which are in auction or awaiting auction, or in this case, awaiting payment. And I'm going to show you some more about that. But I just purely graded these just to kind of mimic what he was doing, and by the time they were graded and it was time to send them back, you know, there was a $15 PSA Pokemon special. That special's still running, as well as some other sports card specials. But that's when I graded here with these, and I'm going to do quite well on them actually. So if you add up the total grading fee of all the cards that I graded, and then you know, let's just look at this PSA 10 here. And they ship to the vault for free, right? So right after you grade them, you can ship them to the vault, and they take these fantastic scans. I actually think PSA is making these scans. How do I? Yep, there's the back of it there. So there's PSA 10. I think this sold for around 35 bucks. You know, $15 grading fee, $2 card. Let's say I'm in it for 17. Let's say I'm in it for 20. It's just an easy $15 profit here on this card. Nothing to write home about, but if you're doing this at scale, it was more of a test to kind of do this at scale, or to see if it could be done at scale. And this is not my card. Why is this in my vault? Huh. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. This is my vault, but this is not my 1984 Topps Howie Long PSA 10. But they seem to have attributed to me. These cards that don't have a scan here, this one has a scan. These are cards that I had here at my house, and I just sent them into the PSA Vault. So you can, if you click this link here, Vault Items, it'll generate this address for you here. I may have to blur my name now. But it generates your own private address, and you can send cards in. It did not take these long to get in here. Maybe a week and a half from the time that I shipped them to get them in here, which is really interesting. Sorry, I'm kind of thrown for a loop here because this card that is not mine is appearing in my account, but it I don't know. I don't know what this is. Unvaulted. That's interesting. So I don't know. I will have to look into that, see why that card is in there. But some other interesting stuff that I graded is I had all these Willie the Duke Dipkin. Check this out. I did not do well on these, unfortunately, but let me show you this card. So this card came in a Simpsons comic, really cool. It was like an insert inside the comic, and it's a you know, a joke card for you know, the fish face, the FF card. What's that guy's name? Ripken, Billy Ripken, I think is his name. Anyway, this is kind of a play on that card. Now, this is a fairly popular card. I actually, if I had just sold these raw, I would have done better than if I had graded them. But I thought they're still in the plastic as if they had just come out of the comic, but they did not grade well, man. I got 2 PSA 4s and a PSA 7. That was a 7 we just saw, but these 2 4s here, a 5, 3 4s, oh my God. 3 4s, a 5, and a 7, and one of which is currently at auction. It ain't doing well, my friends. It's at $7, I believe. Yeah, view listing. But these auctions are fairly interesting. I'll show you. I don't know how this is going to end. Still got 2 days and 22 hours before this ends. And I've got a few more that I'll list over time. But it's free. There are no fees to these auctions. So you transfer them from PSA right over into your vault. And then you can enter them into the weekly auction. That's what's going on here. I'll show you that process real quick. Like, let's just pick a card that is not yet here. This one just got checked in, I guess. So if I want to sending to vault, okay, so maybe that's a bad example because it looks like they have scanned it, but it's not correctly associated with my vault account yet. So let's just pick this PSA 7 Willie the Dupe here. So if I want to sell it, I hit sell now. It's very simple to list. So if I put it into the weekly auction, I just select the category. I've tried one with baseball as a category and one with pop culture entertainment. We'll see which one sells better. But that's it. All you got to do is hit list item and it goes into the auction. It'll go into the June 13th auction, or the auction that's starting on June 13th. Which is pretty cool. There's no fee, not that I can see, unless it sells for less than $15, which with those PSA 4s might actually happen. But besides that, there's no fee. Now the marketplace, if you list with the marketplace, you can set your price. So you know, if I could put it at 500, whatever. Now there is a fee, so it looks like a little less than 10%. So $42 on a $500 listing price there. You can allow offers very similar to eBay, but once I click list item, it is it's live, and so it will sell here in the marketplace on Goldin. There is a lot of stuff listed here. You know, 15,208 cards that are sports cards, another 5,600 that are non-sports. So, yeah, I mean, this is amazing stuff here. So let's check out the auction. So again, the marketplace is kind of just like a buy it now on eBay. You can list it for whatever price you want. If it sells, it sells. You can get offers, whatever. I've had some luck. I've had some people, some cards just straight up bought, and I've had people make reasonable offers, and I've sold some of them as well. Mainly those Pokemon cards. And in the auction, this is the weekly auction that's going on here. Looks like there's 2,000 non-sports cards in the weekly auction and 4,800 sports cards in the weekly auction. Also some comics, some shoes, some really interesting stuff going on here. Really interesting stuff. A lot of vintage. Look at this. This is a LeBron auto rookie, $660,000. I mean, there's some cool shit selling on here, but at the same time, like, just look at lowest price in this week's auction. You know, this is stuff just newly listed, entered into the auction, still 2 days to go, right? You know, I don't know if there's anything in here worth buying, but these are likely cards that people are grading with PSA. You know, they never touch them. They get scanned in, they get sold on the auction. In theory, you can just source cards, send them to PSA. Hopefully you have better luck than I did, and you don't get a bunch of PSA 4s, but source cards, send them to PSA for grading, choose to ship to the vault. You know, there's no cost to that. Ships directly to the Goldin Vault. Within a couple days, they're in your vault, and you can, as I showed you, list them for sale. So, you know, it's very simplistic. Here is the selling dashboard. These are current auctions that I have going on. Again, this ends in 2 days and 22 hours. These 3 cards that are listed here. Got a lot of watchers on Willie the Dupe down here, but only $7 so far. So we get the PSA 9 Charizard. We'll see what he sells for. Hopefully at least $15. And then this PSA 10, I think the last one sold for around, yeah, 27, but has not been paid for. I don't know how they treat people who don't pay for auctions. I'm still kind of learning here. So we will see. I wish I could show you sold here. Yeah, paid. Okay, so this card sold for, it's the PSA 10 Sylveon V. I did not expect for it to sell for $44, but it sure did. If you look up these on eBay, they do not sell for $44. But okay, it sounds good. This auction, if you're on the buying side, you pay a buyer's premium. That's why there's no fee in the auction for sellers, because the buyer pays the fee for the purchase. So that's very interesting. But you know, I can see a situation where if you are good at sourcing cards, right? You send the gradable cards to PSA, you send everything else to COMC, and effectively you could run a sports card business without ever having to ship a single card, right? Because you just choose ship to Vault from PSA, you sell them like this, you put them in the weekly auctions, which are kind of an interesting way to sell. You get market price, right? Or you put them on the marketplace. So you've got just as many options here as you do eBay. Goldin, of course, has a show on Netflix. A lot of interest in Goldin. It's backed by PSA, associated with PSA. So I only see this marketplace growing, and this is like a new way that I'm going to consider selling cards. Definitely worth considering. And again, like, you can go buy these Dark Sylveon V here for literally $2-3 a card. So you could buy 50, send the best 20 to PSA, flip the other 30 back on eBay, or send them to COMC, or sell them in a big lot, 30 of them in a lot on eBay, and you know, sell the 20 that are graded here on Goldin. Just an interesting strategy where you don't have to really be involved with the listing, photography, etc., shipping, most importantly, and you just collect checks. So anyway, we're going to continue experimenting with the Goldin Vault. Let's see this. What is going on here with these? So all of these here, let me kind of go into this in more detail. All of these cards here at the top, I use that address that I showed you earlier to just package these up and send them. These are, you know, PSA cards that I had graded over time. You know, not a great amount of value here, but anyway, we'll send them to the. I'm going to send them all to the weekly auction just to get cash out of them. But they are, looks like, being scanned and starting to appear in my account here. Sending to Vault is the status. So we'll see how these do. And we'll see when the rest of them appear. I guess tomorrow morning they should all be in here. And then this is not my card. This is somebody else's card. Why is this appearing here? Send to Vault. I don't know. I don't know what this is about. I'm not going to send it to Vault because it's not my card. I wonder when they'll figure that out. Does this mean that it edit item details? Huh. It's also kind of an interesting function here. You can add in my cost, my value, source. It's interesting. So anyway, just wanted to check in with you guys, show you the collector's vault or the Goldin Vault. There's still kind of some ambiguity around that, and show you some interesting things. We got a bit of a surprise there with this card showing up in my account that isn't mine, as well as these cards being checked in, which is pretty cool. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Please like and subscribe. Bye, everyone.